Every Thursday at noon, there's going to be a wonderful conversation from wonderful artists about wonderful stuff. So this is our first one. This is Noteworthy Art and Music.
Let's begin, because I went through some music. I'm only going to play a little segment so you don't have to listen to the entire night by Beethoven. But we're going to start it off to let you know a little bit about me as a little girl in a small town of Eastern Oregon, where I first introduced myself to music. And this music that I'm sharing with you today is music that touched me in my life. So the beginnings would be in grade school. Ta-da! Not to say I was a moody child. But my mother and father probably went, oh my, you know.
I actually started out as a musician and worked as a musician from actually more than almost half my life. I have a background in music that goes back generations. I have a famous aunt who was an opera singer who sang under Gustav Mahler. And my mom was a professional harpsichordist who toured the world giving concerts. And my dad is was a college professor in music. And I just had music all around me as I grew up. And even though I enjoyed art in school, music was really my focus, and it was really like, even when I was a teenager, it was really my passion, piano in particular.
The Festival 7, we threw an Elvis barbecue on the last day of the festival in 1989. All 7 of us received letters from the board of directors and said we no longer would like you in our festival. You were playing Elvis music, which is not allowed to be played on the grounds. Of course, we were barbecuing hot dogs too. And so we were kicked out of the festival, and then we made petitions to get back in. And 2 things came out of the 1989 Festival 7. One was El Massa, which was Elvesian legions of mystical youthful spankers and hound dogs. And we played for Mark and Brian on his show with Bo Derek, and traveled around, did all kinds of little parades and things.
I don't play any instruments, but then hearing everybody talk, I realized I am a musician. In high school, I sang with vocal groups, the choir and the various things, and I enjoyed the Kyrie lessons and the big groups when all the college would get together. And I went to Mayfair High School, not too far from where you grew up. We were about the same era. And the highlight of that was we were in the production band at the Hollywood Bowl during the Battle of the Bands, and Karen Carpenter was they were the band. So that was probably the highlight of my musical career.
I brought in the people in it, the players of the music, because I want to elicit the passion of them playing. But I don't want you to be distracted by the player, because you may not like the color of his shirt or the way they look. So I really just paint in a wisp of a line here and there, just to show the player, so that you get the feel of the playing, but you're seeing your dreams and your memories and your passions rather than what was actually there.
The project I want to talk about is something that's been a big passion of mine for a long time, and that's a musical that started out as a full-length play that was produced in Las Vegas and San Diego. And after it had been seen a number of times, a lot of people told me that it should be a musical.
Lost my muse and I could use some help on what to write. Everything I'm putting down is commonplace and trite. I sit, I play, I work all day, and still there's nothing comes. I'm going berserk, but I can work, thanks to Scotch and Tums.
We have this scheduled every Thursday throughout the festival. The next one is called Wish I'd Done That. And Tim Shockley and Stephanie Cunningham and some of the teachers and artists from the children's art are going to talk about that whole process of developing, some of the best art on the grounds. If you haven't been through the junior exhibit, make sure you're there, because that's the hope of the future, I think, and such incredible art over there. So that's next week. We have it, as I said, every week. Join us. We love this series, and we'd love to have you with us. So thank you so much.